Hello there everyone, and welcome to a new review on the channel. And today we will be looking at a relatively new product and one that is looking to be kind of a series. And if this video does well and if I see people are interested, I'll kind of purchase the other ones as we go. But the first one is Anywhere by Peter Turner. This is kind of a series that he's doing where for now it's been every week or 2 weeks, he's kind of releasing a download by himself where he kind of goes over some material, old and new, and revamps it. And this is kind of the first segment of that journey. So I can't wait to unpack it for you right after the intro. Perfect. So you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Anywhere. So what is Anywhere? Anywhere is essentially a collection of 4 effects that Peter Turner is going to be explaining to you, okay? And these effects I'm not going to be performing to you because the way they're designed isn't really meant for them to be performed to camera and no spectators. But I will, as always, give you the most accurate description of every single one of the effects. So the first effect that you're going to learn is one that he also explains in How to Read Mind 2, which is the any picture at any number. He's going to explain to you the same routine that he did there, but here he's going to add some kind of subtleties that make this an impromptu trick. So he teaches you how to do this in case the method doesn't work. He teaches you how to do this in case the method does work and how to do it even more subtly than the way he explains on How to Read Minds 2. And once you kind of understand the way that he explains this to you, you can also use other methods, such as for me, I noted down over here to do kind of the Real ACAN by Ben Earl in conjunction with this method. It would blow the socks off of any spectators. So once you understand the method, you can start thinking of how to do an any card at any number with essentially a picture. Then he's going to teach you a book test. This is a book test that he's taught in multiple projects in How to Read Minds. This is one that he's also explained in his previous work, like the one that I reviewed with Louis Laval. I really forgot the name. I believe it's called Lost. And in some other projects, he's going to take some time to explain to you some bulletproof impromptu book tests. Then he's going to go through an any card at any number variation. This is one that's not my favorite from the download. I think that the any picture is much better, but he will still go over his variation of the any card at any number that does have some subtleties that maybe are going to be for you. And then he's also going to explain to you an item at any location. This is a brilliant piece of mentalism. Essentially, anyone is going to write an object. They're then going to take that object, they're going to fold it. You're going to already, while they're folding it, start revealing some pieces of information. Then they do kind of a which hand type effect in which that piece of paper will end up either in the right hand, left hand, back pocket, back pocket, or the front left or right pocket. That piece of paper is going to end up somewhere, and you're going to be then able to reveal to them the exact position that paper is in and the exact item by the end of the routine. It's a really fun, quirky, kind of interesting presentation to do if you want to do some very interesting, hard-hitting mentalism, and that is essentially what you're going to learn in Anywhere. So now, where do you want to buy this? If you want to buy this, how much does it cost and what do you get? So you can buy this pretty much anywhere. It's available as a download at all your favorite magic dealers, whether they're local or the big ones. It's going to set you back 25 USD, which is around 35-ish Canadian dollars. And what you're going to get is all of those routines in a video that spans around an hour 48 minutes, almost an hour 50 minutes. It's well shot. Every routine has live performances, and the explanations, as you could expect from Peter Turner, are A-lister. So what is the difficulty of the effects here? Well, the effects here are not the simplest effects. So Peter Turner has published methods that are much simpler in other downloads. Here the material is, I would say, not difficult, but not for a beginner mentalist. For example, some of the best routines like the item at location or the any picture at any number, those will require a bit more work, a bit more ability to think on your feet, a bit more prowess, knowing billets and knowing some psychological subtleties and all of those things. So these routines, yes, are relatively easy, but they're not beginner friendly. Let's say they will require a bit of practice for the beginning mentalist. So I would say these are intermediate routines. In terms of practicality, are these routines practical? Well, what do you need to carry for you to be able to do these routines? For the any picture at any number, you just need a stack of billets. For the item at locations, the same stack of billets. So both of the routines, as long as you have a stack of billets, you can do them without any issues. For the book test, just a book that you could even borrow. And for the any card at any number, you will need a deck of cards. So this doesn't require you to go out and purchase any specific items or to acquire specific books, specific billets, or anything like that. All of the items are things that you probably already have in your carrying case if you are a mentalist, or things that you can get really easily around your house or for very cheap at the dollar store if you really don't have any of those items at home, but I'm sure you already do. In terms of angles, most of the routines angles are very, very good. Some are 360, some are 180. In terms of reset, most of the routines are kind of an instant reset. There is some of them that do require a bit of a reset. For example, the any picture at any number does require a small reset, whereas the book test or the item at location does not. In terms of table, you do not need a table for most of these routines. The any card at any number, I do think it's better to have a table. Same for the any picture at any number. But for the book test or the item at location, you do not need a table whatsoever. So where would you perform these effects? These effects are things that you can do pretty much anywhere you do your normal mentalism. So some of them are a bit more suited for close up, like the item at location, but that one can still play in parlor or stage because of the way it's scriptured. Or, for example, the any picture at any number is more of a close-up type trick, but that doesn't mean that the book test or the any card or any of these effects, even the any picture at any number, could easily be done in a parlor setting without any problem, or on a stage setting if you have the equipment necessary. So these routines do excel in close-up type casual performances, table hopping, cocktail scenarios, but they can also be done in a multitude of other places as well. So now that we've said all of that, what are the positives and negatives of Anywhere? As is kind of a bit of the trend with some of the recent releases by Peter Turner, if you do own and buy every single one, there will be repeat material. For example, here there are some new routines like the item at location, but some of the other routines, even though they do have some tweaks and differences to their earlier publications, are still routines that he's explained and thought to you before. So that is something to keep in mind, for you to ponder when making your purchase, is that this could be, some rehash. But if you don't own, for example, How to Read Minds 2, if you didn't want to pay the $200 or so that it was, this is a brilliant way to learn some of the best routines from that download for much cheaper. What are the positives, however? It is very well shot. The routines are good. They're pretty easy to master. They're pretty diverse. They can be put into a small set. They're easily acquirable, so you probably not have to purchase anything. You just have to purchase a video and then you have everything at home. They're easy to reset, easy to perform. There's live performances in the video, and they're really strong mental pieces, okay? Having said all of this, would I recommend Anywhere by Peter Turner, and what do I give it out of 10? Anywhere is a fun download. For $25, it is pretty much almost the price of, a movie, and here you're almost getting the runtime of a movie, and you're getting some fun routines as well. So I think for the price, it is something worth it. If you are a Peter Turner fan and a mentalist, I think you're going to get some fun out of this. If, however, as I said, these routines, you already know them from previous releases, then maybe it's not worth your $25. But overall, I do think this is still some strong and fun material for you to dissect or for you to rethink on, even if you've already owned it. Maybe the touches that he puts here are going to make you want to go out and actually perform these routines, whether before you probably haven't. So I do think it's still worth a look. I'm giving Anywhere by Peter Turner an 8 out of 10. I will be performing some of the routines, but some of them are rehashes of some routines that I've not been performing, even though I've seen them in multitude of his downloads, like the ACAN. But nonetheless, I will still be performing some, and I do still think this is a fun little download for your money. That's all I have to say for Anywhere by Peter Turner. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If not, I'll see you all in my next review. Have a great one, and bye-bye.